This right here, this is the James Coffee Co. water bottle, and believe it or not, this is actually something that I keep in my camera bag. And speaking about camera bag, that is what we're going to be talking in today's video, so let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so if you guys are new to my channel, well, first off, welcome. My name is Anish, Rajah. I make cinematic videos, vlogs, unboxing, and reviews, so if you guys are into those types of things, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Really appreciate it. And yeah, so for those who have also been sticking around with me, you guys know that this is a completely new setup. Again, I'm honestly just testing out a lot of stuff. I recently just picked up this backdrop stand, which you guys can tell because obviously it's not wide enough to make this whole thing longer. Recently just picked up this nice background paper. I really do like it. Here I have my second light, just kind of being like a nice little background light back there. And here I have my beautiful key light with a new light bulb in there, so it's a lot more brighter and it looks a lot better. And right here I have a brand new standing desk. Also, if you guys have any things that you guys may want me to add that will probably make the set a lot cooler, let me know. I have a few ideas of what I can do in the future to make it a bit cooler, make it a bit dope. But for the time being, I think this is a pretty good start to this new studio setup. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and let's continue with this video. So for those that saw my previous video, which was I believe Thursday, July the 9th, you guys may know that I did do a live stream like 4 o'clock in the morning. I think July the 9th was honestly my favorite day because of the two new camera announcements that just came out, which is the Canon Eos R5 and the Canon Eos R6, two newly highly anticipated cameras that are here in the camera market, and they're honestly going to completely just change the game, and I'm super excited to actually get my hands on the R5 since I actually did put my pre-order the same day as it was released on B&H Photo Video, so I put in my pre-order and I'm super stoked. So as soon as I get the camera in my hands, I will do more of a full-on review. As you guys saw in the thumbnail and the title of this video is going to be some of the best accessories of what to get for the Canon Eos R5, and also it's going to be kind of like an unboxing. It's something different that I'm doing with this video. I haven't really done it with a whole lot of stuff, but this is going to be my dream camera setup that I'm going to be showing to you guys, unboxing for you guys, and I'm super excited. So for those who don't know whose signature this is the one and only Peter McKinnon's signature. I'm honestly such a huge fan of him, and he's kind of the one who really inspired me to, step up my filmmaking gear, things like that. And he's also the one to like show me how to make cinematic videos. So if it wasn't for him, all of these cinematic videos that I'd be making wouldn't have been possible without his help. Alright guys, so item number one is the camera bag that I've chosen to pretty much carry all my gear. And this camera bag, as you guys can also tell on the signature right here, this is the Canon Nomatic Camera Bag. Honestly, one of my favorite backpacks that I've actually ever seen in my life. And for me, when I was doing my research on camera bags to invest in, a lot of the ones, like there's some really good ones that can carry a lot of stuff but that just don't look that good. There's a lot of camera bags that look really good but they don't carry as much stuff. But I finally found a camera bag that, I actually do like because of this guy, but also because not only is it a camera bag that looks really good, but this thing can also hold a lot of stuff. So I was going to be showing you guys the gimbal that I did get for this setup. However, literally the exact same day I'm filming this, not even kidding, I actually returned it. So the gimbal that I did have was the DJI Ronin S. So if you guys are getting the R5, there are a couple gimbals that I do recommend you if you are looking for a gimbal. I know with the Canon Eos R5 you're going to be getting like 8 stops of in-body stabilization, so for the most part I think you should be fine. But if you do need a gimbal for certain situations like weddings, things like that, kind of like where you need more stable footage than your hands, a gimbal is definitely crucial in those situations. The only issue that I really did have with the Ronin S was the weight of it, which I kind of did know going into it that it was going to be a bit heavy. But one of the ones that was really just like a big letdown to me was that the arms couldn't lock. So especially if you are traveling and you want your arms to stay steady and not to like move and clink around while you're walking or traveling. And also it just kind of took up a lot of space when I can save that space for so many more things like clothes, chargers, wires, things like that. So I could save a lot more space if I get a smaller gimbal. I'm planning to return the Ronin S and actually getting the Zhiyun Weebill S. When it comes to portability and size, I think the Weebill S is probably better if you do have a bit more of a smaller setup. If you do use larger lenses, definitely go with the Ronin S. So that's my recommendation on gimbals. Alright, since we already talked about the camera and the gimbal, I think it's time that we get into the main part of this bag, which is pretty much holding everything that is my dream camera setup. So let's get inside. Since I can't show you guys overhead, I'll just kind of give you guys a little bit of a glimpse. How about that? How does that look like to you guys? So if you guys can see, we got quite a few stuff. So alrighty guys, so the camera that I'm going to be showing you guys is a camera. I'm mainly just using it for a month and then I'm going to be returning it, purely just because I want to pretty much just like learn more about Canon mirrorless cameras. And with the lens that I have on this camera is honestly a lens that I will be keeping for the R5, and this lens is honestly my dream lens, especially when it comes to YouTube creation, vlogging, anything that has to do with a nice wide angle lens. But enough of me hiding it, here I'm about to show you. So right here we have the Canon Eos R with the 15-35. So as I said again, I'm purely just testing out this camera for a month, testing out, just seeing how good the image quality is, and honestly, the image quality on this guy is so good. It honestly reminds me a lot about the Sony a6000, which is what I'm recording with right now, because the dynamic range on this guy is honestly really good compared to my previous Canon camera, which was the EOS 70D. Honestly, I love the menu system on Canon compared to Sony, purely just because everything you can set up is super easy. And also, one thing I've been missing when it comes for vlogging is a flip out screen, especially with the Sony a6000, since it has been my daily vlogging lens. Moving on to the Canon camera with a fully articulating screen is so much nicer, it's so much better, so much easier. And finally, hopefully with the Sony a7S Mark III, hopefully they will put that fully articulating screen, so we'll see about that. But for the time being, I'm so happy that I finally have a vlogging camera with a good vlogging lens that has a flip out screen. Now obviously, besides the camera and the lens, right here I have a Canon EF85 f1.8. And obviously, in order to use an EF lens with an RF body, I have a adapter right here. This is the Canon RF to EF lens adapter. So if I do want to use my older lenses that work with the Canon EOS 70D, if I want to use it with a new RF system, you definitely want to get this adapter. Now for me, when it comes to like YouTube content and vlogging content, I definitely want a nice shotgun microphone. So right here I have the one and only Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. This again has been my dream camera microphone to be getting, and I honestly got it for a really good deal. I think I got it for like $100 off. And also here I have the cable to attach it to the camera. So again, if you guys are looking for a great microphone, this thing is the way to go. I'm finally switching from the Joby Girl tripod to what we have right here, which is the one and only SwitchPod. Now the SwitchPod was made by a fellow creator who goes by the name of Caleb. I don't know his last name. It's kind of a weird last name, but he is also a fellow content creator. He does like some weddings, things like that. And he also does a few vlogs as well. And he designed the SwitchPod purely just for vloggers. So for me, when I'm vlogging, this is definitely something to have. And also he developed his own mini ball head, which should hold pretty heavy setups. So they have this little screw right here where you can just screw on the ball head like this, and you are pretty much good to go. So you guys can see, this is pretty much the vlog mode. You got your camera on top, you're vlogging, yo, what's going on? Now, if we want to keep it in tripod mode, maybe we want to set it down, maybe we want to talk with the camera but keep it on the table, what do? Just pretty much hold your camera with your left hand and with your right hand, pretty much. You just open up the legs and you just set it like that. Obviously, don't keep it on this type of setting with your camera, but obviously you keep it on a ground level surface, and boom, you have your tripod just like this. And the cleanup is so much easier. Pick it up, close it up like that, and it is super easy, super nice. It honestly feels really nice. It has these nice grooves to keep your hands in there. So for the most part, you're not going to lose your grip, and it can hold pretty heavy setup, so you don't have to worry about your camera falling off. But from right here, from vlog mode to tripod mode in just a couple seconds. So for me, I find that as a big win, and I think it is really useful if you guys do a lot of vlogging, or you go from a vlog mode to a tripod mode. This is the variable ND 2-to-5 stop PolarPro by Peter McKinnon. So it is an amazing collaboration between PolarPro and Peter McKinnon, and I think they really did an amazing job with these variable NDs. And also, before I continue, if you guys don't know what a variable ND filter is, or an ND filter in general, it is pretty much like a sunglass for your camera. So, obviously we put a sunglass when it's super bright, and for me, since I do like to shoot in manual mode with my camera, usually generally without a filter, then an ND filter, it is super bright, and everything is just overexposed. exposed, and a variable ND will definitely neutralize it and make the image a lot darker, so it, makes it a bit more exposed and it's a lot easier to shoot your videos. There is still one more important accessory that is really needed, especially if you guys are planning to pick up the R5. So we talked about the lens, we talked about the bag, we talked about the filters, we talked about the audio, adapters, and one thing that you're going to be needing is a CFExpress card Type B. So the one that I went for is the ProGrade 325 gig. So this is honestly a super nice CFExpress card, purely just because this is the exact same price as like a 256 gig card from companies like SanDisk, Lexar, things like that. So you are getting like about 70 gigs more with this CFExpress card. And also it does have a maximum write speed of 1500 and a maximum read speed of 1700. So definitely when it comes into recording with 8K and 4120, this is definitely going to lower down those buffer times. When it comes to collecting all of that data, all of that bitrate within your image, definitely this is the way to go. Obviously, most people do recommend going for a 512 gig card, which I would also recommend. However, those cards are like $600, and for me, for the time being, I don't want to spend that much just yet, unless if it is necessary for me to get a 512 gig card, then I'll save up in the future to get one of those. But for the time being, I think a 325 gig is the perfect amount, because I definitely want something that's a bit more than 256, but I don't want to pay the price of a 512 gig card. So I guess the best balance was this 325 gig CFExpress card. So guys, besides all of that, that is pretty much going to do it for this video. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I'm honestly super thankful that I actually got to finally build out my dream camera setup. Obviously, I'm going to be switching out the Canon Eos R with the R5, and again, I will be making a full detailed review on the R5 once it does come. With the EOS R, I don't really know if I want to do a full review, since there are already so many reviews right now purely just for the R. So maybe if I get some more time to play around with the R, I might do a full-on review with that. But for the time being, this is my setup. These are the accessories. I got my drone, a gimbal that will soon be coming very shortly. I just need that thing to ship. Other than that, that is pretty much my dream camera setup. So I'm super thankful, super grateful that I got my hands on all of these things that I've been wanting and saving up for the past year or 2 years. So super grateful that I finally got my hands on all of these things. So guys, if you really like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.